With Mexico, Vice President Kamala Harris finally visited on Friday. Governor Abbott is going down there with Donald Trump on Wednesday, but how many photo ops have we seen there in recent months, and will either side actually do something besides just talk tough? Our first guest has been trying to get people's attention about this for a while. He's Congressman Henry Cuellar, a Democrat who represents parts of the Rio Grande Valley. Congressman Cuellar, thanks for returning to the program here. Let's talk about all the photo ops we have seen along the border for weeks and months. Everyone seems to be leaving D.C. and going down there to appear, but nothing from Democrats or Republicans has really materialized from that. Do you expect anything to come from this most recent attention from the vice president or from former President Trump and Governor Abbott?
Quite honestly, I don't think so. I mean, there have been a lot of photo ops down there at the border. To address the border issues, you got to look at this in a more comprehensive way. You look at the push factors that are in Central America, like poverty, crime, and those items. Then you got to look at the pull factors. What policies do you have? Do you keep Title 42, for example, the way we expel people out? Or what policies are you going to have the pull factors? So to address that, I'm hoping that in the appropriations, I have submitted language and monies to hopefully address some of the push and pull factors.
The vice president visited El Paso on Friday, but lots of attention has obviously been on the Rio Grande Valley, which you represent part of it as well, too. Does it really matter where the vice president visited?
Well, if you want to check a box and say, I went to the border, then El Paso politically is the more safer place to go because there are less crossings by immigrants in that area. If you want to really get a snapshot of what's happening at the border, you go down to the lower Rio Grande Valley. That's where the unaccompanied kids are at. That's where DANA, the DANA Health and Human Services is at. That's where the Border Patrol facility is at. And that's where you see most of the crossings, about 140% more crossings down there. So if you want to, and I say that with all due respect, check the box, went down to the border. El Paso is the more political place to have been at.
Congressman, this seems like an unforced error by the Biden administration, not really, focusing much attention on the border. Why do you think it took the administration so long to get down there? This has been going on for months since the president was sworn in January.
I don't have the answer. It's been frustrating. I've been asking them for a long time. I represent 4 border counties, and I've talked to the county judges, landowners, mayors, sheriffs, police chiefs, just stakeholders there, and they're frustrated because people from Washington don't see what people see there every day. They want to be able to talk to somebody and let them know what's happening. And it's unfortunately that it takes a long time. I mean, if you're going to be given a portfolio and part of that portfolio, it has to do with the border, then if I was her, I would have been there immediately. I would have been there right away.
Governor Abbott has said he wants to extend the border fence along the Rio Grande River there. What are your thoughts on that?
I fought President Trump on the wall because I believe in private property rights. In 4 years, according to the GAO, President Trump was only able to build 69 miles of new miles. And that's because he was able to waive environmental laws, which the Biden administration is not going to do to help Governor Abbott. He had billions of dollars, and he was only able to build 69 miles of new fencing. The governor, I hope he's not defunding the police by taking money from border security for the wall. $250 million of taxpayers' dollars, that's a lot of money. But in the wall construction industry, it's a drop in the bucket. And my prediction is he's not going to build a fence the way he wants to build it. Now, for landowners down there, if you talk about a deer fence, maybe that's something we can support.
Congressman Cuellar, thank you for the time.
Thank you so much.